Okay, so this video goes into what Mr. Peters talked about yesterday and the video you watched on how to get to a great database. We're not going to find stuff on Google. We're not going to find stuff on Wikipedia. We're going to find stuff from valid places. And the place where you're going to find that is when you go to Students, you go to Media Center, and you click on the Media Center resources here. And if you just go down to all these databases, Mr. Peters spent some time with you yesterday explaining the Electronic Library of Minnesota. I think that's a great place to go. Now, if you want to do something different, there's other things to look for. So if we did SIRS here, it's going to ask us for our username and password. We just put these in as we go along. And so I'm going to click SIRS here. And I put the password in a little bit ago. So yeah, that's safe. Thank you. And so we have that, and this brings us to SIRS. This is another place you. Oh, I guess I didn't put it in. SIRS. There it went. So I had saved this already. I'll just log in. Hopefully it works. And this brings me to this, right? And so obviously I've created my Works Cited page here. I have my 3 reasons that I think. Now these reasons can change as you start reading information about your article. You're like, man, that's a better idea than what I had. You change it, right? Like if there's better reasons that you find for your thesis statement, change your reasoning, right? It's easy to do that. It's why we do the research ahead of time so we can prepare a paper. So we went in here, when Mr. Peters went into an advanced school search, I'll just show you kind of another way to do it. School uniforms, right? So if I'm looking for school uniforms here, and I'm just going to find a good article that I think might. There you go. Bladden calling a move to school uniforms a success. Well, I think it's a good idea, so I'm going to read about it. And here we have it. All right, the use of school uniforms has gone up about 60%. All right, some school uniforms was what year is this written? It was written in 2014, so it's not horrible, but it's pretty up to date. Uh, And so they're talking about how much it costs for a uniform. A uniform costs $35. They're spending that on their phone. And so you kind of look through and you find information that you think is valid. So I'm kind of just scrolling through. I'm trying to find something good that I think would be, and I didn't really find anything that I love. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to try a different article. I'm going to see perhaps if maybe I can find, this one is school uniforms here. So this might be a better place for me to go. I'm going to read the full summary. Should choose students. Students are going to help improve the behavior and reduce peer pressure. Well, I talked about reducing stress. I talked about how they're cheaper, right? Um, so if I click on this one here, so it says families with school-age children are expected to spend $697 per kid, with the largest chunk, $240, going to school, to school outfits. Right? I think this is kind of interesting. This was published in 2019. And so we read that and we kind of just scroll down, and it says the average cost for a school uniform is $125. I think that's pretty great information. We talk about being cheaper. So we have facts here, right? So we can take this one right here. We can talk about that. We can talk. So if I do this and I want to use this information, all I do need to do is copy this. It's pretty simple. Copy. And I'm going to go to my Works Cited page. I'm going to put this one under cheaper in the long run. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to put it in all here. This is exact information. All right, so then I'm going to go back to my document again. I think I want to talk about that $125 part. So I'm just going to copy this. I'll break it down more later, but I'm going to take this. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to put it in this one for cheaper in the long run. So I found 2 pretty important things, I think, for this that I think are helpful. The last thing I need to do, just like Mr. Peters said, is I have to cite it. So on all these databases, there's a cite place here, and if you just click on this, you want to make sure it's on MLA 8. All right, that's what we use here at Woodbury High School. You can copy it this way right to your Google Drive. I just like to copy it this way. It's simpler. Copy that bad boy, Control C, take it, and I'm going to put it right here. All right, so this is my Works Cited page. This is where I got the information for these 2 right here. So I think that these are two interesting things. They kind of talk about how it's cheaper. That's something that I talked about. It's something I'm going to talk about in my emotional response. But now I have it here. So you may be saying, well, Mr. Carlson, I'm looking at my stuff and I know that being able to, I know that I'll give you a good example. I'm trying to give you an example. Like perhaps you want another basketball court in your neighborhood, right? And you know, like that'll bring less stress, right? Because you won't have to wait as long. You don't have to walk as far. There's less chance of being bullied. So if you're looking for that, you can't find any information on a basketball court, which is pretty simple. We can just put stress in teenagers. All right, and so that was what we're looking for there. Maybe I'll find some good information here. Where homework hurts high achieving students. So there's lots of things here. So sometimes we try and focus right on our article, right on our topic, but sometimes you have to kind of look at like bullying. Maybe you'll find an interesting fact about bullying that one out of so many kids is bullied per week at school. And so it doesn't necessarily have to be about your topic, but it has to be about your reason. So you can always look for it that way. Again, I'm here to help you out along the way, but my expectation is that by Thursday, your works cited page will look like this. You'll have a works cited part and then information that you think is important to your reason. All right, so you'll do this for all three of them. I'm just doing one because, well, I'm the teacher. So let me know if you have any questions. You can use all those databases. We're not using Google. We're not using Wikipedia. We're going to go right through the school resource and use what we have. So it's really important to do that, and it's really important to reach out if you're struggling and if you need help.